welcome back. And
Thank you.
now we've got this incredible sort of Dungeons and Dragons
Mm,
coded game because
okay.
I was like trying to organize games for
Mm,
each author and kind of like make it sort of like similar to the story um
yeah.
that
I
the
got to
authors
take my
have.
hats off to you for being able to think up of good games.
Um, yeah, it was so this has been like marinating in my brain for a long
Yeah.
time. So it's definitely been a while. But
Mm,
like I'm not a writer or anything, but
mm.
I mean if Wattpad writer doesn't count. Um,
Mm.
I do like constructing like fantasy stories and stuff, but
Yeah.
like not 100K words and stuff. I don't have time for that. I don't even have a story for that. But
Yeah.
what I did was like I went through every single book for all the
Mm,
authors that are coming on board and I tried to
mm,
like create like different games and whatnot. So this one, I was like Dungeon and Dragons, like that kind of works best because I can play a
sweet.
game of trust or not.
Yeah.
Kind of goes
Mm,
because there's a lot of characters we
mm,
meet in the book where it's like I don't know
mm.
if I trust them. I don't know if I like what do I feel. It's actually just
Mm,
one character that it's like mainly like that, but I think the
mm,
overall vibe of the story was like everyone has their discrepancies, right? Like Hunter doesn't know if
mm.
he can trust his mother. Danica
Yeah.
doesn't know if she can trust Hunter.
Mm.
Kai, as a reader, I don't know if I can trust Kai. So there's a lot of pieces at play. So
Yeah.
this game is called Trust or Not.
Mm,
And I came up with like little taglines because I was like, that's cute. And I'm like,
yeah.
just because someone
Mm,
looks heroic doesn't mean they won't ruin
mm.
your life. I was like,
Yes.
oof. So
Mm,
what this game is, it's
mm,
I'm going to give you like a bunch of different prompts, and
mm.
it's going to follow a story. And at the end, you're going to find out a little bit more about yourself as a character in this
Yeah.
world. All right,
Okay.
let me find where it is. Okay,
Well,
so
I'm excited.
yeah. So you get three. So each prompt is
Mm,
going to lead you to basically you've got to answer, do you trust them? Do you not trust
mm.
them? Do you trust them? And but you're going to watch your back. And
Okay.
it's kind of like you're just going to like explain like what your feelings and your thoughts are. And I've got my
Okay.
own like answers as well, so we
Yeah.
can discuss where that goes.
Mm,
So tonight's game is a bit of a story. You
mm,
are the one walking through it. You wake up with a single memory carved into your mind.
mm,
Something important was taken from you. You don't know what it is yet. You only know that you need to find it. And to do that, you'll have to move through this world filled with strangers, some who
mm,
want to help you, some who want to use you, and some who may be telling the truth, but you're not going to like them.
mm,
So your instincts are really going to have to guide your choices because you still
mm,
have your instincts, you just don't
mm.
have any memories. Um,
Okay.
and you're going to have to betray some of them. So let's start with the first one.
Alrighty. Let's go.
All right. So you wake up at dawn beside a ruined road with no memory of how you arrived there. Your cloak
Mm,
is torn, your hands are stained with dried blood, and you don't
mm,
remember spilling. Ahead of you, the road splits in two parts. Before you can decide which direction to take, a knight rides out of the morning fog. His armor gleams untouched by battle through the lands around you clearly no war. Though the lands around you clearly know war.
mm.
The moment he sees you, he dismounts and he kneels in front of you. I have finally found you, he says, lowering his head. He swears loyalty to you immediately, before you can even speak. He says he's been searching for you for days. When you ask how he knows where to find you, he pauses. And then he says, you were always meant to walk this road. He offers to guide you to the place where your answers lie. Do you trust him? Do you not trust him? Or do you trust but watch your back? And why?
Ooh, got the ick. I'd say watch my back
Yeah,
because at the moment I need to know what's happening
yeah,
and he might offer some more insight into the world, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna trust him as far as I could throw him
yeah,
and just
yeah.
watch my back and see how it pans out.
Yeah, I had the same answer because it was like the immediate loyalty that this knight is showing
Mm,
me is a little bit I'm hesitant and I don't know if
yeah.
that's my own traumas or whatever, but
Mm. And the fact
clearly,
that his armor was super shiny, I was
yeah,
like, hmm.
it's
So
like
you just
not
wearing it
tainted
for
by anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
this girl
So
has clearly woken up, well, you have clearly woken up
mm,
with blood on your hands. So
yeah.
where is this
That
going? But
math ain't
then
mathin'.
yeah, and then it's like you don't have any other option. Like
Mm,
you have to just take what you get kind of thing. So
exactly.
agreed. Trust, but watch your back.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
The night leads you for hours until the road ends at an old bridge stretching over the Black River. Halfway across, something rises from the water. A creature of scales and moonlight pulls itself onto a stone beneath the bridge. The knight reaches for his sword, but the creature speaks first. It doesn't address the knight, it addresses you. You're a walking liar, it says calmly. The knight protests immediately, calling the creature a monster that twists truth. The creature ignores him and continues speaking. It tells you the knight was not sent to help you. He was sent to find you, um, and bring you somewhere you may not want to go. When it finishes speaking, the creature lowers back into the river. You deserve to know who walks beside you, it says before disappearing beneath the water. The knight insists the creature is trying to divide you. He urges you to keep moving. What do? Do you trust the creature, not trust, or do you trust and watch your back?
I would say trust,
Yeah,
because it would be if the creature wanted to take advantage of me, it wouldn't be saying that sort of comment, wouldn't be making it more difficult and
yeah,
saying more difficult. So when someone's words are more difficult to say than their actions,
yeah,
then I'll take that. Whereas if their actions are more difficult than their words,
yeah,
that's when I don't trust them.
yeah. I
If that
like
makes
that
sense.
take. No, that makes sense. I went similar but slightly different. I went with trust but
Okay.
watch your back with this
Mhm.
as well because I
Mhm.
looked at it as like two people are telling me two contradictory stories and I don't know
Mhm.
either of them and I'm meeting them for the first
Mhm.
time. The creature's not guiding me anywhere, so I'm still going to follow the night, but I'm not
Mhm.
going to take the creature's word like
Mhm.
as oath because I don't know. Like to me, it was like, oh, this creature called me a liar and stuff, sure, and didn't take anything from
Mhm.
me as like giving this secret away. But then I'm like, is he gonna come back and ask me for a favor later? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I think like because he offered it of his own free will and he didn't want anything
Yeah,
in return because he just like went back into the river.
yeah,
I'm like, you didn't have to say that. You could have just watched me walk on by and be like, if you hated me that much and wanted me to
yeah,
perish, then you wouldn't have said anything. So it's like, and it was more difficult for him to get out of the water and say something. So I'm like,
yeah.
okay, I'm gonna trust you on that one.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's fair. But yeah, my take was like two strangers, two different
Mm,
truths. None of them have
mm,
proven themselves yet. So I'm
mm,
gonna look at myself. I'm gonna be a
mm.
hunter in this situation for now.
Yeah.
All right, continue on. The
Mm,
road leads into a forest where the air smells like smoke and honey.
mm,
At the center of the woods stands a crooked cottage. The knight refuses to enter. She deals in dangerous things, he warns. But the door opens before you knock. Inside, a witch
mm.
sits beside her kettle, watching you like she has been expecting you. She studies your face for a long moment. Then she sighs softly. So, they took your memory after all. The knight stiffens beside you. The witch explains that something was taken from you, not stolen, taken, and the knight was involved. She offers to restore part of what you lost, but she refuses to do it for free. You will get your memories back, she says, but the truth always comes at a cost. Do you trust, not trust, or do you watch your back with this one?
Ooh, I'd say watch my back
Interesting, and
because
why is that?
I feel like I'd say the fact that the knight's stiffened
Yeah,
but hasn't argued the point sounds like he doesn't have a very good defense.
yeah,
Um, and like I think because she's offering to have a payment for it, then there must be some legitimacy to it.
mm, yeah.
But I'm also like, I've read enough fairy tales that I'm like, I don't trust a cottage in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I took that inspiration from Hansel and Gretel,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sometimes it's just things are too good to be true.
yeah.
But I went with the same logic that I trust the
Mm,
witch. Well, I'm gonna watch my back anyway, but
mm,
I trust the witch because they have stated their price very openly. They're not playing mind
mm,
games with me,
mm,
and they're not offering their loyalty or anything like that. They're like, you'll
mm.
have it back, but there's a price to it. Are you
Yeah, you
open
gotta
to
pay
it?
up.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I went with I'll trust, like I'll go with this, but also
Yeah.
I'm very hesitant about the night still. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Right. So continuing on,
Yeah.
the memories which the so yes, you do trust the
Mm,
witch, and she does
mm,
restore some memories.
mm,
The memories the witch restores are incomplete, but they're enough to guide you
mm,
to a distant city. The night grows
mm,
increasingly nervous, the closer you get, and when you arrive, the city guards immediately recognize you, but not in the way you hoped. They whisper and they stare. One of them mutters quietly, "They said you were dead." Inside the palace,
Ooh.
a queen welcomes you warmly, as though you are an honored guest returning home. She calls you my dear. She insists the city has always been yours to protect, but when you ask about the memories that were taken from you, her expression shifts. That was necessary, she says gently. You're
Mm.
becoming dangerous. She promises to help you recover your place in the city if you trust her guidance again. So, do you trust the queen, not trust, or watch your back?
No, I don't trust her.
Yeah,
No, nothing, nothing.
yeah. So kind of similar in when
Mm.
the what's it called? When Monsters Hide, I took similar inspiration for the Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust this bitch, let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think it was more so like sometimes it's like those complicated characters that you meet that like they
Mm.
do something for you because they believe they're doing good, but
Yes.
it's not your choice to make. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that anyone who removes your memories for your own good is already sort of rewriting
Mm.
your story. So,
Mm.
yeah. So, can't trust that.
But
Not
then
not
on
okay.
the other side of things, she could have consented to it and said, "Can you please take my memories?" And she just can't remember that.
That's also true. But why would you wake up and then feel like you need this answer if you've consented to it, you know? I feel like
Mm.
surely there would be some caveat in the magic where it's like you wouldn't want to recover the memory
Mm.
or you
Then
wouldn't wake up
again,
like
then again,
half
if you
deceased.
woke up like and the last year was like completely blacked out, like I just finished reading very popular dark book,
Yeah.
and the memories were a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I think I would like if I had a year blacked out, I'd want to know what happened, even if I
Yeah.
said yes to wanting those memories
Agreed.
removed,
Yeah.
because there is this gap, and you go, last year it was 2024, this year's it's 2027. That doesn't line up,
Yeah, no,
and
I
you'd want to
agree. And
know
I
what
think it's
happened.
one of those things, right? Like, because the
Mm,
pain is so strong that you want those
mm,
memories gone. But then
mm,
when you wake up, you feel like something's missing. And like, we
exactly.
see that in our life as
Mm,
well, like pain.
mm,
I've dealt with
mm,
a few situations over the past 5 years where
mm,
pain was like such, like, I like couldn't even
mm,
breathe. I was in so much emotional
yeah.
pain.
Mm,
And I remember like all those heartbreak songs or like all those like
yeah.
difficult life choice songs like make
Mm,
sense because I'm like I literally can't breathe right now. And
yeah.
I look
Mm,
back at it now and I'm like I still wouldn't have wanted to suffer that way, but it's
mm,
built different relationships for me with
exactly.
different ideas, different concepts,
Mm.
different people that are so
And
important.
you wouldn't be the person you are now without
Yeah.
those like situations having happened to you. It's like
Yeah.
all these things, whether they're good things, bad things, they all shape us as we go. And I
Yeah.
think like it might be traumatic enough to want to forget it, but then you're missing this part of you that has shaped you into the person that you are. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a bit like you could think you're making that decision for yourself and that being a good decision, but then once it's gone, like once the
Yeah.
memories are gone and you can't remember doing that, it's like, what am I missing out on? Like, what happened?
Exactly. And I think it's also like one of those things where when I was in those painful
Mm,
situations, I would always be like, I wish this never happened to me. I wish I could
yeah.
forget everything that
Mm,
happened. I wish I can
mm,
forget this pain. But I look back at it now and
mm,
I'm like, when I meet someone else who has,
mm,
it can't be a similar situation, but the similar kind of
yeah.
pain, like I can
Mm,
relate to it, I can understand them,
exactly.
and I can be there
Yeah.
to help them and guide them. And I always think that like sometimes God prepares you in a way that it's not even for
Yeah.
yourself, it's for someone else that you care about in your life later on. So
Mm,
you just got to take what life
exactly.
gives you. It's always going to be,
Yeah. I'm
where,
like such a
yeah,
believer of like what happens happens and everything's meant to happen,
yeah,
and you might not be able to understand why it's happening, or
yeah,
and it might never show you why, like you might never put two and two together,
yeah,
but it always happens for a reason and leads
yeah,
us to these places where we're meant to be. And like
yeah,
sometimes it really sucks, but
Yeah,
that's where you're going to end up, and that's
yeah.
part of the journey.
It's just because we're
Mm.
foolish creatures and we think we have everything under control,
Oh
but we
yeah.
actually control nothing.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
life doesn't turn out the way you expect it to, and then
Yeah.
you're like,
Mm.
why?
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
yeah.
Mm.
But
Anyway, that took a bit
yeah,
of a turn.
no, that's fair. And
No,
yeah, so don't trust this.
mm,
And moving
yeah.
on. So you leave
Mm.
the palace that night and someone follows you through the narrow streets. A child, no older than 12. She has ink-stained hands and their pockets are filled with stolen books. They say that they
Mm.
overheard the queen speaking to her advisors. The child
Mm.
whispers something that changes everything.
Ooh.
Um, yeah. You were not dangerous. You were asking questions, questions about what the Queen
Mm.
did to them, those people like me. And the night was sent to bring you back before you remembered too much. The child offers to show you the truth, but helping them will make you an enemy of the crown. Do you trust the child? Do you not trust the child? Do you trust but you watch your back with the child?
Ooh. I'd say watch my back.
Watch your back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Why?
I would say a child is very innocent to
Mm.
the world. And like if when you say child, I'm imagining like a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I can't imagine a kid coming up with an elaborate plan like that
Yeah.
unless they've A, been told by someone to
Yeah.
say this, and then it's like, hang on, if there's someone telling them to say this, then I need to figure out what's going on over here. Whereas if they have
Yeah.
heard it, then it's like, and if they have overheard that, they're repeating what they've heard, and it's like, not going to trust you.
That's very interesting. So
Mm,
I really like that take because
mm,
yeah, I didn't consider if the child has been told by someone else
mm,
to reiterate this back to
mm.
this girl. But I went with trust because I was like, children rarely hold like the power to manipulate things unless they're
Yeah.
not an
Mm,
actual child, but they're like a fairy or something else.
yeah.
Um,
Mm,
and they often like see like people are more
mm,
what's it called? Like the queen would have been less conservative around the child
yeah.
to discuss
Mm,
things because she would be like, yeah,
yeah.
whatever, it's a child. Um,
Yeah.
unlike an adult. So I went with
Mm,
trust, but I
mm,
agree with your take as well, because this could
mm.
have been like fed information device
Yeah.
sort of thing as well.
Like you think like I'm thinking like talking Game of Thrones as the kids
Yeah.
were the spies, the little
Yeah,
birds, and it's
exactly.
like so they just hear things because they don't people talk in front of them, whereas they could have been told by some stranger, hey, go tell this person X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. Yep, yep.
And
Oh,
they'll be
I
like,
love that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So the child leads you to the city docks where a captain
Mm,
waits with the ship ready to sail. He claims he
mm,
has helped others escape the queen before.
mm,
His plans are flawless. His reputation is legendary. Everyone I take out of the city survives, he says confidently. But the child pulls you aside and whispers something troubling. Some people never make it onto the ship. The captain always explains it the same way. Sacrifices must be made. The captain asks
mm.
for your decision quickly. The Queen's soldiers are already searching for you. What do you do? Trust, don't trust, or watch your back?
I'm gonna say don't trust.
Yeah. And why is that?
How would I know his reputation is legendary if I got no memories?
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I mean, that's told by the child, but like, yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But it's still like, if I have to make a sacrifice,
Yeah.
then he's not, there's something more he wants.
Yeah.
He's no longer doing it as a nice
Yeah.
person go, hey, can you just pay me the cost of the ship? Like
Yeah.
getting over there, there's something a bit greedy about that.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Mm.
I also did. I did. I'm gonna open my door because my dog is banging on the door.
No, you're right.
Be right back.
Yes.
Hey.
I'm such a puppy dog lover. Oh,
He's a full-grown adult. He's like 5 years
bless.
old.
Should I
Mine
bring him
is
in?
just,
Should I introduce
yeah,
him?
please do.
This is Arlo. Look at the camera. What's this? What's this?
Oh my
He's a
God,
bit
he's
too big.
beautiful.
He's a good boy. Hello.
Isn't he beautiful?
What's this? Who's that? No, no, up here. What's this? He's like, I feel really uncomfortable and I'm very confused.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, so where were we? Yeah. With the captain, I said
Mm,
I'm gonna trust him until he serves
mm,
me, and then I'm not gonna trust him. So it's not even
yeah.
watch your back. I'm gonna like do both because I was like, his
Mm,
competence sounds very useful, and I
mm,
do like that he's very honest about the fact that he's a bit evil. Like sacrifice does have to
yeah.
be made. He's not hiding from
Mm,
the truth. I don't trust people
yeah.
that are two-faced. I like people that are
Mm,
honest, even if they're bad.
yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I might be able
Mm,
to trust them if I need something from them, and when
mm,
they start to not serve my purpose, I'm
mm,
out there. Um, but in this story, the
mm.
girly pop trusts, and she's like, "All right, let's jump on the ship." And the ship carries you across the sea towards a
Mm,
forgotten island where the witch said your final answer should be waiting. This is a
okay.
story that the witch told her, which I forgot to
Mm.
mention. Whatever. Uh, but something else has followed you, a shadow that
Mm.
moves just beyond the lantern light. It never attacks, it never speaks, but when
Mm.
danger appears, it moves first and it protects you. The captain swears it
Mm.
appeared the moment you boarded the ship. The child says it feels familiar somehow. You begin to suspect
Shadow
the
Daddy.
shadow. Maybe. You
Yeah.
begin to suspect the shadow might be tied to the memories you lost, but it never asks your permission to stay. Um, do you trust? Do you not trust? Do you trust but watch your back?
Hmm. I would say trust and watch my back.
Mm, yeah.
So I'm like, are you protecting me for myself or are
You
you
protecting
protecting
to
me for another
sacrifice me
reason?
later.
Yeah.
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 I went with trust about watch your back as well. And I
Mm.
was like, I think like I wasn't sure like is this like I don't know, resend coming up to me or is this
Mm.
like just a shadow creature that's
Yeah.
like guiding me and helping me along the way.
Mm.
So I said, I'll watch my back, but protection without consent does raise questions sometimes about
Yeah.
like, do they feel like they own me or am I,
Yeah.
promised for something
It's
else?
like, are they just being genuine, just being like, oh,
Mm,
that girl looks like she's been in a bit of trouble. I'll just like keep an eye out on her on the ship.
yeah,
Or is it a, I
yeah,
need you for later purposes, so I got to keep you
yeah,
alive.
exactly. Yeah. Anyway, at the center of the island stands an ancient ruin. Inside waits someone who has been alive longer than any kingdom. They watch you enter
Mm,
like someone seeing an old story repeat itself. You finally made it back, they say. They explain everything. The queen feared you because you discovered her secret. She has ruled
mm,
for centuries by stealing memories from anyone who learned too much.
mm.
You were the first person who tried to stop her, and you almost succeeded before she erased you. Their
Okay.
mortal offers to return the final piece of what was taken, your
Mm.
full memory, your purpose, your power. But there is one warning. If you remember everything, you will have to go back and finish what you started. Do you trust, not trust? Do you trust or you watch your back?
I'm gonna say I'm a trust
Yeah.
because they're giving me the full story. It doesn't sound like there's any like obviously you don't know what can happen going
Yeah.
forward, but it doesn't sound like there's any traps in the way that like they're being honest about it, going like you're gonna need to go back because your memories are gonna
Yeah.
like that's your personality type. You need to fix this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I would rather know and do the right thing.
Yeah.
Like Danica.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
think for me, it came down to like the truth might be dangerous, but living without it is a lot worse.
Yeah.
And if someone's offering you to give the truth back, then I'm taking it.
Mm.
And also the fact that they said you finally made it back, meaning
Mm.
I have
You've
been
been
here
there
before
before.
and they
Yeah.
know me. So I think that gives some
Mm.
inkling that I can trust them.
Mm.
But yeah, so the truth finally appears, and the mortal reveals that the things taken from you was never just your memory, it was your name. Your true name, the one that holds power and tells the world who you really are.
Ooh.
And in this case, it's Emily. Long before you woke on that broken road, you were the only person in the kingdom who uncovered the queen's greatest secret. Her rule did not last centuries because she was wise, beloved, or powerful, but it was because she
Mm.
just erased people that questioned her authority.
Mm.
Anyone who came too close to discovering the truth had their memories taken, their stories rewritten, their identities slowly stripped away until they became strangers even to themselves. But you discovered something worse, that when a person's true
Mm.
name is erased, the world forgets what they're capable of. Heroes disappear,
Oh.
rebels become ghosts, Truths turn into rumors, and the queen remains safely on her throne. Kind of sounds
Mm.
like characters from Where Monsters Hide.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you realize that if someone reclaimed their true name, the spell would break, the lies would unravel, and the kingdom would remember everything it had been forced to forget. So the queen
Mm.
did the only thing she could. She erased you, your memories, your purpose, and your name, sending the night to find you before the truth returned. Yet something
Mm.
went wrong. Pieces of your story survived. The creature told you the truth, the witch restored fragments of your memory, the child revealed a secret, and
Mm.
the shadow guarded what remained of you. And now, at the end of the journey, the immortal leans forward and tells you that they can return your true name. But with the warning, when you remember who you are, the queen will remember too, and the world will remember. The lies will break, and the war you once began will begin again. Only this time you'll know exactly who you're fighting.
Mm.
Yeah. So the immortal
Okay.
places a hand over yours and asks the final question: Do you wish to remember or do you wish to stay the forgotten?
So I'll be like, hang on, can I just like set up some schemes first and then I'll come back, get my name, and then like I can go.
Right? That's so smart because I'm like, if everyone
But and
remembers,
I
I
don't know
need like
what's
a
yeah, I know I don't know what's going on, but I can tell something big is brewing. So let me just like get a sword and figure out a bit of a game plan. I know
yeah,
you've got to beat the queen somehow. Then the
yeah,
final pieces of the puzzle can go through. And but no, I would say no.
yeah.
I'd want to know. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, congratulations. You've completed the journey and you might
Thank
just
you.
be the kind of person who would survive where monsters hide.
Hope
And
so.
next step is war.
Yeah, yeah, bring it on.
Love that. I loved
Yeah.
how like our discussion actually went like quite entertainingly because we had
Yeah.
different answers and when I was preparing the
Mm.
game I was like, okay, I've got a story and I can't go into like massive details about
Yeah.
different things. But at the same time like I hope it like drives conversations and it did and it
Yes.
achieved
Yeah.
that. And I love
Yeah.
that.
No, I love that, especially getting the dogs in.
I know, I love that. Little creatures over here. Sorry, I
Yeah,
disturbed your
yeah.
sleep. Um,
Yeah.
and I also like I found it so fun because
Mm.
I read When Monsters Hide last year.
Mm.
It's been
Yeah.
so long, so in order to like refresh my
Mm.
memory of everything, I was
Mm.
basically able to dive into like the characters and stuff by doing this
Yeah.
like preparing this game because I was like,
Yeah.
that reminds me of Danica, that reminds me of
Yeah.
Moon, that reminds me
Mm.
of Hunter, that reminds me of Kai,
Mm.
like just into the basics of it, but it was so fun. But I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you enjoyed the game.
No, it was really good fun. I think it
Yeah,
invited really good conversation.
I'm so glad.
Just about like not like morals, but more just like what would be the word? Like into people's not personality traits,
Yeah,
but
but
like
like the
how
choices, what
the
defines them
yeah, their
as
train
like,
of thought.
yeah,
Mm,
exactly. Yeah. And
yeah.
I really hope that like when people do pick up Where Monsters
Mm,
Hide and if they come to it from this game or this conversation,
yeah.
that they see the similarities to it because I think that
Mm,
story had the similar kind of like trajectory of
mm,
like for certain characters like their story being rewritten to some people
yeah.
and what they actually stand for and what their
Yeah.
purpose is and them going
Yeah.
through the suffering and the healing and everything
Mm,
simultaneously as
yeah.
war is brewing. Um
Mm. And
and
just like who
yeah,
you can trust and like the different characters. There's Hunter who's very untrustworthy and you can
yeah,
tell that from the get-go. Whereas then there's Falcon who's
yeah,
it's a bit hard to figure out if you can trust him or not.
yeah,
Because on one hand he didn't I won't delve into
yeah,
that because it'll spoil it,
yeah.
but broke a promise.
Yeah,
And then there's Kai, which we don't really know well enough yet,
yeah,
but so far in Where Monsters Hide, he's been all right.
yeah,
And then there's Raven, who has to do everything for a kingdom, whereas
yeah,
Melissa, who does everything for power and greed.
yeah.
So yeah, it was a really good game. That was
I'm
good
so
fun. Thank
glad.
you.
I'm so glad. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
No, thank you for having me. This has
Of
honestly been
course.
so much fun.
Likewise, and I can't wait to one day meet you in person, see you at all the
Yes.
book
Yeah.
events and signings and whatnot. I'm
Oh, I hope
manifesting
so.
all of it for you.
Yeah, thank you. No, I appreciate it. I'd love to meet you. If you're ever over in WA,
Yeah,
flick me a message and we'll tee something up.
likewise, if you're ever over in Victoria, even like
Yeah.
just this coast in general,
Yeah.
Sydney, Victoria,
Mhm.
Canberra, just tell me, I'll come.
No, I love that. Yes, we'll get a coffee.
Absolutely.